So, Aaron, we went to the neighboring state of Uttar Pradesh. This is India's most populous state, roughly 200 million people living there. And it's also one of the hardest hit states. We saw absolutely desperate scenes. And as you said, they are harrowing. I want to warn our viewers, they're difficult to watch. But the families we talk to want the world to see their suffering. A man wails in anguish, but no one is listening. His cry, just one of many at this hospital in Uttar Pradesh state. Oh, my child, he says. Oh, my God, my baby. Inside the entrance, his son Deepak is fighting for his life. Gasping for air, his body convulsing. There are no doctors attending to him. The handful of medical staff working in this ward are stretched thin to breaking point. This hospital is completely overwhelmed. The doctors say that they have about 55 beds, and currently they're treating more than 100 patients. And you can see people are literally just lying on the floor, desperately hoping to get some medical attention. 32-year-old Kavita says she's been here for 4 days, begging for oxygen that has not come. I'm getting anxious, she says. No one is listening to me here. Are you struggling to breathe? I'm unable to breathe freely, she tells us. No one is taking care of me. In the next room, more than 20 patients are packed in tightly. This is what now passes for the intensive care unit. Family members have taken on the role of primary carers, where medical staff are simply unavailable. This man complains no one will change his wife's soiled bedding. Suddenly, there is a commotion. Will someone please call the doctor? This man shouts. His mother, 55-year-old Rajbala, appears to be slipping away. Her sons work furiously to revive her. A doctor comes in and tells them to stop crowding her. But the family is inconsolable. We've been here for 6 days, and only today we got the ventilator for my mother, he tells us. The oxygen is out. We had to bring an oxygen cylinder. It's a story we hear again and again. One man approaches us pleading. His wife can't get a bed. No one's listening to me. I've tried everything, he says. Please help me or she will die. I'm not a doctor. I'm so sorry. I can't help you. Another man tells us his wife is struggling to breathe outside. But they won't let her in. We spot the hospital administrator and ask him what's going on.
Yeah.
This man says his wife is dying outside and needs oxygen.
Oxygen is a central line oxygen.
He insists that oxygen isn't the problem, but says they are desperately short of staff. Those who do work here risk becoming patients themselves. These men tell us they move a dozen bodies a day. Have you ever seen anything like this before? Are you not worried to be working here? You're not wearing protective gear? We should be wearing proper PPE, they say, but even the doctors don't have it, so how can we? We hear screams coming from the ICU. Rajbala has flatlined again. Her son desperately pumps her chest. A doctor comes in. He takes her pulse. But it's too late. This time, there is no point in trying to resuscitate her. The agony of her sons is shared by so many in this country. failed by a healthcare system on the brink of collapse, and a government accused of mismanaging this crisis. Just a few hundred yards away, in the same hospital complex, it's a very different picture. Orderly lines of people patiently wait to be vaccinated, following the Prime Minister's announcement that anyone over 18 can be inoculated. A state lawmaker is among 600 people getting their vaccine. The hospital administrator and local journalists eagerly stand by to capture the moment.
We were just in the hospital over there.
Yeah.
It was shocking to see
Why?
it was shocking
Why?
because the conditions are so bad here. Why do you think India has been hit so badly?
Ma'am, we are trying.
The hospital administrator interrupts and warns him that we have been asking too many questions.
Sir, you don't need to coach him what to say.
कल सुपर स्ट्राइक पर चले गए थे जिसकी वजह से थोड़ा सा मिस हुआ था लेकिन फिर धीरे-धीरे अब बेस्ट हो गया।
He's telling him what to say.
We are trying to best, and some problems were there, but we are trying. Now condition is better.
Do you accept that the government has failed its people in the handling of this crisis?
No, never.
Because I've been talking to a lot of people, and I have to tell you, people are angry. People feel that this didn't need to be so ugly.
ऐसा ये समस्या सिर्फ यहीं पर
The situation is not only bad here, we're trying to find solutions, he says. We're increasing the number of beds, and we're working tirelessly around the clock. But back in the COVID ward, the impact of those efforts is not yet being felt. Rajbala's body is left for nearly an hour before it is finally moved. India's leaders may promise that everything is being done to end this crisis, but for now, there is no light at the end of the tunnel.